Pop hip hop or pop rap should have been a category at the Grammys and the BET Awards. I think it should have been a category since the 90s at the Grammys. Like, hip hop in the 90s was such a big deal, and there was a lot of like very pop records in the 90s that were hip hop that should have been awarded. It should have had a category for that. Like, I feel like even in the early 2000s, there's a lot of artists that should have gotten a Grammy, and even more should have gotten a BET award. I'm thinking of like Ludacris, Nelly, Chingy. Even if Chingy don't win, Chingy should have been nominated because he had songs like what Holiday Inn, Right There, One Call Away that are like they're still hip hop. They might still be hip hop R&B, like something like One Call Away would be more like hip hop R&B. It has a pop appeal to it. Maybe more popular within the black community, but it's still pop at the end of the day because it's still popular amongst black people. That's all that matters. To me, Nelly and Ludacris are like two of the biggest pop hip hop artists to me because although they made very hip hop records, very still for the streets, still for the hood, it's still very like a lot of their songs were like very pop appeal with the masses. And I feel like they should have been awarded. Somebody like a Busta Rhymes, or like Missy Elliott. They should be able to have a pop hip hop category where they could get awarded for the fact that they're shifting pop music. In the Club is a pop hip hop record. Like, come on. Like, so much records, they should have been nominated and awarded. Nicki Minaj's Super Bass. Nicki Minaj's Anaconda. Nicki Minaj's Starships. All of that. Pop hip hop records, like very pop records, but still hip hop because my girl is rapping. Miss Girl is rapping on that record, so she deserved an award at least even for that. But then again, she and the Grammys and stuff. Even like somebody like T-Pain for like Bartender, Buy You a Drink, all them songs. Even I'm in Love with a Stripper could have been like pop song. Like to me, those are pop songs. Those are pop hip hop songs, and they deserve to be awarded, or at least at the very least nominated. And even in the early days of BET Awards, they should have had that category. But I don't know the logistics. I'm just saying stuff, but I don't know what the people could actually do with their resources. But most importantly, I do think that BET should have been the award show that was celebrating pop hip hop artists. Should have had the category, should be nominating artists for pop hip hop awards. They should have that category at the BET Awards. But even more than that, I actually think that the BET Awards at this point should be more diversified as an award show. Everything shouldn't all be under one awards ceremony. It should be like there should be a BET Music Awards and there should be a BET Visual Awards or a Film and Television and Video Content Award. I don't know. I feel like it should be a BET Visual Awards where they celebrate film and television and just visual content, like online visual content, whether it's web series or online content creators. Like your Drewskis and your Blame It On Quays and Lala Scissorhands and all them people that have made their way on Instagram. They should be like you're making visual content, you're making comedy skits and sketches and all that stuff. You should be able to get acknowledged for your creativity in that way visually. Even if it's not no big commercial something, you're still a black person being excellent in your creativity online. If there's a BET Music Award, that would definitely help to give more musical categories. It would give the opportunity to give the hip hop pop category an opportunity to be exhibited, to be shown, to be awarded, especially on TV, and to also show more categories of music that aren't just hip hop, R&B, and gospel. Like, we can also include country music, jazz, rock, and other genres of music, and having them spotlighted, promoted, and nominated on the award show. I know that there is the BET Hip Hop Awards, but I've never seen it, so I don't know if there is a best hip hop pop hip hop category or a pop rap category. But I do think that there should be a BET Music Awards, and pop hip hop or pop rap should be a category. There has been a lot of good pop. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's still a lot of good pop now. Not necessarily from the men, but at least mainly from the women, because the women have been able to make a lot of great pop hip hop records. Please, even Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us" is a pop record. Like, mad people know it. Whether you a heavy hip hop head or you're not, even if you don't really like Kendrick like that, you know what "Not Like Us" is. You've heard it. You know parts of it. It's a pop record. You know something. You know it. Whether you like it or not, you know it. And that makes me think about, like, the reason why I thought about the Grammys and BET Awards having a pop hip hop pop rap category is because I remember when Kendrick didn't get the Grammy for Good Kid, Mad City, and they gave it to Macklemore. I remember Complex did a video reporting on that, and they said that, like, the Grammy should have a pop category, a pop hip hop pop rap category, to be able to acknowledge and award artists like Macklemore who do a more pop friendly hip hop record. But that's the thing, BET should be the one to actually do that. They ain't gotta do all of the subcategories, subgenres within a genre, but they could still spotlight the bigger ones, like a pop hip hop category or like a pop R&B kind of category, or just a pop category at the BET Awards, or at least BET Music Awards, but BET Awards as a whole, and spotlight those artists and award those artists, because to me they're a big deal. They're a big part of the culture. They're a big part of black culture. I did see the last BET Awards, and I do know that they have a pop / R&B category, but I'm like, I get it that because a lot of R&B is still like pop music, but at the same time it's like I almost feel like they should be separated, or there should be like a specific pop category for black artists that do pop music, because there are a lot of black artists that do pop music that is not necessarily R&B. It's not very R&B. As a matter of fact, because there are so many artists, there's so many black artists that are doing more pop style music that does not necessarily fit into R&B. So it's like you could have a pop category for artists that do R&B, but it's more pop, and artists that do rock and it's more pop, or artists that do country and it's more pop. And you can just have them in that one overall category and kind of have them nominated and give them the opportunity to be nominated and win that prize. But then you could also have like a pop R&B and a pop hip hop and a pop, well, you don't need to have a pop rock. You could just have like a rock category and a country category and a jazz category. But it's like, because it's the BET Awards, it's like all black people in those categories. Like, I don't know. BET needs to really diversify, like really add more categories when it comes to music, and more specifically, they should really just have their own BET Music Awards. I don't care if people are gonna say y'all are copying MTV with the Video Music Awards. Like, why y'all can't do that? Like, y'all should do that. Like, why not? Because you're celebrating black music and black artists. Like, come on. And at the end of the day, black people created most of, if not all of the music. They created the sounds that create pop music. They created they were the originators of rock music, the originators of country music, the originators of jazz. Like, BET should be spotlighting these artists, and they should be celebrating them and awarding them for like creating the music and keeping the legacy alive that black people are a part of this and doing it. I also think that BET, the channel, should have actually been showing more artists that are doing country and more artists that are doing rock on the show, like when they show music videos. Because I do know that BET has the music video channels where they have a channel that just shows music videos all day. And I wish that they had a music channel that they can only show music videos all day, and then they can have like segments and blocks within the day where they have like maybe like an hour where they play only country music by black artists, because there's a lot of black country music artists. There's K. Michelle doing country music. Now would have been a good time to actually been like, oh, we could play like Beyonce. Well, actually, you can't play Beyonce's. You can't play Beyonce's country music because she ain't put no damn music videos out. But that's fine. She ain't put no damn visuals out. But that's fine, girl. We'll wait. Actually, they should get prepared because Mama's coming with the thing. You know what I'm saying? And they could also have a block for just playing jazz, even if you play that later in the evening on the thing, and it's just gonna be playing like an hour for like modern jazz musicians and like old school jazz musicians, just music videos with that. Like you got Samara Joy out here making music, playing like y'all could play some live performances from her. I'm sure she has music videos. Have her play her music videos on there. Like, and I get it. Sometimes maybe some of these artists may not have music videos for their songs, but you know, having those hours on your programming for that kind of music may inspire these artists to create those music videos so that they can get more of that promotion and that exposure to be seen by more people, especially more black people listening to their music and getting into their music. But I also get that part of the reason why BET probably didn't always do that kind of promotion of those artists in BET's earlier years, because maybe they didn't know about those artists, they didn't think about those artists. They were probably still dealing with the fact that like the idea that, you know, music outside of hip hop, R&B, gospel was still very much like music that white people was doing, and it wouldn't make sense to put it on BET because anybody really want to hear black, like even black people don't want to hear black people doing anything outside of doing hip hop, R&B and gospel. I don't know, maybe that's what it is. And then maybe that's the thing, the audience is just not really receptive of it, so there's no need to put like a block of time, like just an hour of time towards these genres of music that black people aren't really listening to as much right now. But I wish BET had kind of exposed us more to those artists. Let us see that, hey, black people are doing country music, black people are doing rock music. I mean, we still found it anyway. That's a great platform to be exposed to black artists doing genres that black people pioneered but are being dominated by white people. And it would have been a way to move towards reclaiming those genres as black people and innovating it as our own as black people. That way, when Lil Nas X was on the country charts for Old Town Road, black people would have had his back, and they could have spoke loudly because they had some like space within country music to be able to say it's not based just on what these white people got to say about what they think country music is. Like, bitch, it's country music because we said so, because we created this and we innovating it in our own ways. So it's still country music regardless of what y'all think, you know. At the end of the day, hopefully, going forward, we are able to celebrate more diverse genres within black music, within black artists. There are black artists that do rock music that are coming up. There are black country artists that are making music. And I would love more promotion and visibility for them, and more of them getting nominated and awarded. And they don't need to be awarded by the Grammys or the American Music Awards. They should be nominated and celebrated and winning awards from BET and from the Image Awards and any other black centered award show. They should be winning for them. Even the Image Awards should probably diversify their award show and have a Image Music Awards and a Image Film and Video and I don't know, Visual Awards, Image Visual Awards, where, you know, you're honoring film and television, because there's a lot of great film and television and web content that is created by black people that should be acknowledged and celebrated. Like, I mean, that's why we're losing some of the black television shows that we're missing too, because it's like some of it's not getting awarded or being as promoted. I believe it may not be acknowledged by these white people, but at least the black people can know this exists for us out here, and we should be able to and we should go check it out. Because if they ain't promoting it as much, at least it's promoted at the award show. It's being nominated and it's winning awards, and we should be watching it.